God.
You want to share it out to T, and then you can take care of the other group.
So it says we're live, and guys, you have to forgive me if I drop out. You'll have the two lovely ladies. It's just that I have connection issues, and Cynthia, yes, right. So today, guys, we've got Lyndsay, who's in the UK, and it's only about 9:30 in the morning there. Wilma in the USA on the East Coast, and it's only 5:30 a.m. in the morning, which is really, really up with the chickens. So I see lovely Nikki Borg in the Facebook there joining us. So I'm on the left, Lyndsay's in the middle, and Wilma is in the right, and there's Julia, Helen, and Kay Vickery. I haven't seen Kay around for a long time. Lovely to see you. So what we thought we'll just warm up with, there was a couple of funny questions that we had. And I had a friend visit me here today, and I said, give us something that's really interesting that we can all have a look on. And Wilma actually knows everybody's, because I think this happened to you not that long ago. Her name is Anda, is my friend, and she's got garden gnomes, and she says just overnight the garden gnome moved from one side of the yard to the other. So why did the garden gnome think it was a better view there, or what happened? So who wants to draw on that first?
I'm still sharing, and I missed what's going on.
Yep.
So
Okay. All right. I'm going to start it. So, and I'm just laying down to some royal tea. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move windows around, guys. So, which one is this one? That way we see on screen who's talking. Yeah. Okay. So, why did this garden gnome cross from one side of the yard to the other? Moon, obviously, it hit during the night. We've got lion, mask, and cane. Those three straight away tell me this has been moved by, I'd say, an older male. That's older male. And the mask would tell me he was very, very discreet in how he moved them.
It was the no.
When I see the tunnel and the ring, I'd actually look at that and say, this garden gnome's going to move a lot more. And but then the tunnel would tell me she will find out who this person is. So I don't think they literally got up by themselves. They would tell me there was an older man who's moved them and he kept doing this. So there is what I think is happening. So what do you think? Lyndsay, do you want to have a crack at this?
Okay. Got me to pull some cards.
Yep.
Okay. I think it was the gnome was secure in its foundation, and I think somebody was playing a trick on the lady and moved it, was hiding it as a joke, and the lady is looking the other way, and I think it was a prankster and like a trick, and she'll find out.
You've got the cane too.
And I think it's an older male, and he's moved it.
So yeah, where it says Facebook user, I can't stay, take grandson to daycare. I think that is Nancy. So I'm assuming it's Nancy. It doesn't show me that you girls may see. So Lyndsay's still coming up about the same thing. She didn't see it, but it's still coming up the cane, an older man. Wilma, what do you have?
You know, it's interesting. You've got those double. I have a feeling we're going to do that. T's going to do that. I have that same feeling you're going to find out who it is. The sun landed in the here. So I think I'm not sure it's happening in broad daylight necessarily, especially, but I think it's going to come to light. The coat hanger on ring is interesting. again, you had the ring as well. So I do
Yeah.
think go around and around. And with crocodile, it does feel like a prank. The crocodiles sit below water and kind of wait. So this feels kind of pranky, and it's just kind of like a kind of a laughing thing. The coat hanger
There's-
also a prank.
Yeah.
We've the house near the medicine and the heart between 5 and 6. It makes me wonder if it's going to move in 5 or 6 days again, because you've got the circle around the house. Circle around the house to me, which would to me show bringing protection, or in some form around the house or around the homes.
Oh gosh,
So use
it's breaking up. Oh no. We are coming, guys. Sorry, guys, we're having huge connection issues.
Oh, here we go. I can start to hear you.
Here we go again. Sorry.
If you can tell me where I broke up, I can start back.
I saw the alligator. Yeah, we're saying that it's a prank.
Yeah, so we've got the prank. The alligator below water is kind of waiting for the right moment. He's kind of sneaky. You've got the ring around the house, symbols providing protection, either cameras, watching out in some way. Maybe lay down some sort of a trap so you can figure it out. Again, with the lamp next to it, and cameras, some sort of automatic lights that come on to show you what's going on. And that's between the medicine and the heart. Again, you don't need to take care of your home. Between the 5 and the 6, I wonder if it's going to happen again in 5 or 6 days.
Yeah. I'm just blinking my camera out for a minute, guys. So I'll roll with Lyndsay and Wilma at the moment, because I need to move mine to another location, because I think this is the issue I'm having. So bear with me, guys, but you guys stay with the girls while I'll do some changing. Sorry, I'm moving. Another location.
Yep.
Yeah,
Just
my
quality.
yeah.
By moving Karen probably to her garage.
Yeah, I'm the one who has all the issues with this rotten internet, where I have already complained over and over and over. I'm just setting up in another area, so I'll be right with you, girls.
I was hoping that you all would be able to hear us while Karen was choppy, we wouldn't be, but since she's hosting the connection, I guess we're all choppy. But we'll get it figured out. Just one moment. Mat. I'm using this mat as my background, just where to target, since I'm using an overhead camera. That way it lets grow charms and you can see it better. Otherwise, I'd show you a face. Even with
Guys, just hang on 2 secs. I'm swapping over the Wi-Fi, so we may drop out for a second, but please bear with us.
If we drop out, we'll be right back. I'm just trying to get this in frame as best I can. I'll have to bring in my other stand next time so that this sits in frame better. But the only thing missing now on this mat are the on either side, so hopefully that'll be better. Kay Vickery says her internet is playing up all week. It could be a Berwick issue. Okay, her internet has been back for months, which is why she has on live quite a bit.
Okay. I don't think I'm going to get any better here, to be honest.
And yes, better.
Is it any better?
It seems so right now, but
yeah, things better.
But everyone I speak to, I can hear it's like everyone's underwater. So yep. I can only keep trying. Sorry, that's really bad lighting here. Another problem, so I can't do much about that. Let me try and move it at an angle. See if I can get to a better light. You should see the setup that I am in now. I'm actually in the Etsy shop room, and it is very messy, Etsy shop room. So, and I'm just going to grab my cup of tea, otherwise I'm going to get all flustered and lose it. Okay, let's try this now. Hang on, I'll get my card in. Sorry about that, guys. Hi, Sandy. Hello. Who else have I got here? Mum, good to see you. I'm just getting my card spread thing I had up before. Okay. All right. I'm back. And hopefully I don't break up this time. So, where was we?
I think we finished the garden gnome question.
Oh, we finished our garden gnome. And I'm just having a look there. There's some questions I saw come through for some guys. And I'm just grabbing at random, guys. So, Kathleen Lightworker has asked, will her new endeavour be successful, is what she's going to ask, and it's about career. So, who wants to do that first while I have a couple of tea and try and calm down?
All right, what
I
was
don't know.
Yeah? Okay. It's for Kathleen Lightworker, and she's asked about her new career endeavour.
Okay. I'm just going to shuffle the cards and I'll have a look at that for you.
I'm still missing the question because you got choppy, Karen. Could you repeat that?
Oh, sorry. Kathleen Lightworker has asked about a new career endeavour. Will she be successful?
Okay.
I think you will find comfort in a friend with this new endeavour, that you have got the dream of doing this, and it's been a dream for a long time, but there is some doubt, there's some questions that you mistrust, you feel insecure, and it could be a female that you're probably going in with, but there is an attractive offer to show in this new endeavour, to show it off. It could be successful, but there is a helpful friend, a companion that is going to help, the dog card, if you can see it there. So I feel with friends behind you that has got, well, in this area, the peacock pointing to the dog and the dog looking back at peacock, but there's some doubts and questions that you're having, but you will be guided in what to do, the mermaid, and there is a female friend that you're probably doubting going in. There's another friend as well that will be helpful.
Right. Okay. Wilma, do you want to have a look at that? I'm writing questions down. Sharon, I can see. Okay. Good morning from Dallas.
Interestingly enough, similar to Lyndsay's poll, we have you can see it. Yeah, the cherries are on. We have the trophy charm right between the three cherries, barely touching the cherries. The trophy is obviously going to be a success, an achievement marker. On cherries, the symbol for bringing abundance, gratitude, do something helpful and fruitful. However, cherries is also a double, so it does show two people or more people being involved, maybe two others, or whether it's someone else. So that would be something for me to. That's just something to think of. You do have the Labyrinth on the plum. So speaking of new endeavors, with the Labyrinth, you have to navigate the Labyrinth. The good news there is, again, there's the Labyrinth, there's always a way out. And unlike a maze, the Labyrinth, if you follow the path, you're always going to make it to the center. The maze, however, you really have to, if it was an actual maze, I would say, you're going to struggle. With the Labyrinth, it's more about meditating and going slow and methodically, step by step, because this is something new. So it is going to be navigate. It's kind of whole new waters. Take your time and stay focused, stay meditated, mind. Just keep your mind focused and basically mindful, I think, is the best way I can think of it right now. You have the ship on 10, so, and with the 10 energy, 10 days, 10, maybe 10 months. Ship is a slow moving card or a slow moving symbol. It is also the symbol of trade and commerce. This is good for a business investment. Again, trade and commerce, going back and forth, especially if you're bartering or trade, literal. But again, it is kind of slower, so it may take you longer to start up than you think. Again, with the 10, and numerology 10 puts that focus on 1. The 0 puts the focus on the 1 and the 10. So again, talking about new beginnings. So, just really taking your time to be methodical and plan it out. You have the bucket on 2 and between castles. So again, castle is a great symbol for success, but it's about what you put in the bucket. You may have to put heaps into it. And with the 2, it's about cooperation, working together, mutual efforts. So I think being able to compromise together is key here. You also have the frog on the 8. Again, 8 days, 8 weeks, 8 months, and again, 2 days, 8 weeks, 2 months, 3 days, 8 weeks, 3 months. It could even be 3 years, although I'm not. I don't generally go that.
It's still floating. Hang on, guys. We're coming back. Sorry, guys. You can guess what I'll be doing tomorrow.
But luckily, it's coming up on. So.
Look, this is insane.
But yeah. I can hear you okay right now. The frog on 8.
Yeah, I know.
I would say take the leap, but with the 8 energy, again, be methodical. Make sure that you go over each step and near the teacup. So I would say make sure there's plenty of communication in that. So I would say it's going to take a little while. You again, communication is good.
All right. Well, when I'm looking here, I've got the anchor as my base. It's a base. This is just a little spread I like. This is the main guts of the question. This here is more information about it. These two, hang on, I'll move this around, are more, there as the outcome cards on this side. So the anchor here would tell me good foundation is a must, number 1. When I'm seeing these here, because that does mean about security, you've got the house here, which tells me literally home-based business or working in and out of people's homes or with a close-knit community, not like large corporations. A house there would tell me smaller groups of people. The ring here is actually quite good when you talk about career, because it literally means focus on the most important commodity that you can. And it is a good sign of gain value. Keep your contacts in high level, not low level. You've also got the moon, which again means learn to trust your gut. Moon is a light source, and with any light source, it does tell me pay attention to what you are doing. It's a nice one on the emotional level. So your 2 here is your outcome cards. You've got dog, which comes and relates to the other ladies about there's help for people, help for friends or companions that are around you. You've also got the camel, and the camel again would tell me long enduring targets. And when I say camel, everybody thinks, oh my God, it's going to be a nightmare. But it's actually not. It means what you put in, you will always succeed. Literally think about a camel. It goes through any type of conditions, rain, hail, extreme heat, but yet it'll still reach its destination. So it just tells me put in the hard work, and I'd say, yes, you will get very good results from this. I'm not getting any no's, which tells me, yeah, there will be a more successful path for her. So that's what I'm getting. So I hope that helps a little bit, Kathleen. I've got a question there from Sandy Chamberlain, and she's wanting to know about being a homeowner. Now, Sandy put a question as will I be a homeowner in April? That is a yes and no. So really, we need to look at the question more of what do you need to do to be a homeowner. And April's only in a few days away. So April, yeah, we've got something very extreme. We don't tend to look at a time frame like that. But I would look at it and say, what steps do you need to take to be the homeowner? So I'll lay them out. Hang on.
Karen, are you?
Okay. Sorry, it broke up then.
Are you able to see the Facebook comments?
I can see, yes, the Facebook ones.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. Because Sandy's on Facebook there. I can see through there. Okay. So, what she needs to do. The mask in a reading like this and a question poses is the mask is often time to rip off the Band-Aid and look at what is the actual true core to owning a home. Sometimes a mask, when we look at that, it's literally look at things realistically and also look for blind spots, which is what is it that you are not seeing. It's like you're looking straight ahead, but don't forget the residual things that are on the side of your peripheral vision. So I would say that first and foremost, focus is absolutely important. Tree is very good because it means family. I don't like to see the triangle come out in here because it would tell me there isn't a lake. Again, we're talking about a house as such. And when we see a tree is about literally laying down your foundation, family growth, where you're happy to expand yourself to grow. The triangle here, though, would still tell me what is some of the complex situations around this. And this, again, comes back to not seeing everything for what is there. You've also got the dragon. Dragon is a card of, and if I usually say three things, it's the three Fs. It means fight, flight, or freeze. And when I look at these and the dragon's looking away, it would tell me, don't feel scared just because the going may be a little tough. And I'd look at this and say, fight for what you rightly want and find your own fears and literally face them. So what is the advice cards? We've got the cane and we've got the peacock. Cane would tell me take it slower, don't rush or put the time frames on it so urgently. And the peacock there would tell me, yes, lover of finery and pretty things, and we all want that. But it sometimes too, though, comes right down to make it suit you, not just for everybody else. So I'd say you do have some things to work through. It's not as straightforward as a yes, no, but I'd say look at anything that's given you the greatest and the complex situations. Deal with them and deal with them in a better way rather than feeling a little bit hot under the collar like I do about my internet, that I'm going to rip some people something new. But there would tell me again, slow things down a little. So who wants to go next? I'll move you over on the big screen. Wilma?
Sorry?
Who wants to, Lyndsay, do you want to go into that? I'll just move you over to the big screen.
Okay, I'll just pull a few cards handy and see what you need to do to be the homeowner.
using this deck.
I love that deck.
I think you need to look into the obstacles and the challenges and look at it, the secure things that you'll get out of it, and any burdens, if it's fated, destined, have a look at anything challenging that could come up. At the moment, with the crisis going on with the COVID, and there might be some obstacles or challenges or delays with it, but Butterfly is a good card. It's saying you will spread wings and find joy when you do, when it's the right time to become their own owner. I think there could be some obstacles and delays and challenges at the moment because of the COVID things not going through. I think you need to just pull out one more card. You need to do your research and look into things a bit more online, and maybe some study and somebody that can give you guidance and advice. Speak to somebody that deals with books and things on the houses, an estate agent or something like that.
I think that's COVID.
Yeah. So I think do your research and study, and just beware of any obstacles or challenges that could come up because of the situation at the moment. With the house, do it at the right time where you can spread the wings and get the best deal in owning it. Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna move Wilma.
I don't know what's going on in the UK with real estate for but over here the real estate market is amazing. There are a lot of people trying to get out of the country. Houses are selling really quick. It's a seller's market, not a buyer's market. Buyers are having almost a hard time getting houses before they're bought up, and COVID is creating a bit of a challenge and a change to a lot of virtual tours. So I don't know if that's going on. I mean, here it's kind of a good time to sell a house, but a bad time to try to be fishing after one.
The market's gone up here.
Yeah, I wonder if that's what Lyndsay's cards were talking about. I think that was a good call on her part. Let's see what I get with the charms. I'm going to do some timing. Excuse me. We do have the green dot that landed on the A, and luckily you can see that. So suddenly, oh, I guess like my mat is fully in frame when I've got the big screen. It just goes down to this size and a little. Either way works. So you've got the 6 on the A, so you've got 6 timing, probably, could be 6 months or longer. It's not
numerology.
go. This does, it's green. It's kind of a go. So that to me is the first thing that I went to, being optimistic. We do have the knife on the pipe, the anchor on the telephone, the crown on 3, and the dancer touching the leaf of the cherry. So with this, it does look strategic. The anchor and the knife together to me remind me kind of, or the sailing the high seas. But again, have to be careful. The crown is a symbol of success. To me, this is a symbol of planning, especially with the anchor. Excuse me, you've got the dancer. The dancer, again, is about planning. It's about celebration. It's that yeehaw, woohoo, woot woot of accomplishment, touching the cherries. Again, it's that gratitude, that happiness. It's what you want, but you're planning this well in advance. We've got 3 months. I'm not going to say 6 days. Not even going to say 3 weeks. It's possible for 3 weeks, given you're looking at April. Trying to take a drink to clear my throat. I have a terrible allergy. It's going to act up. being that you are looking at April, we are in March, 3 weeks is possible, but I'm still looking more at 3 months. It just doesn't feel this quick to me to anchor. Anchor on the phone speaks of delays in communication. This also may speak of having to think a little more and take your time, or as Karen said, the knife on pipe, it's like something's not, there's still an unknown. There's more advice needed or more information needed because it speaks for that wise male wisdom, lawyer, that Freud psychology guy, the guy who's weighing out what the best decisions are. It almost feels like this is really a game. This is a goal that came from the heart rather than from finance. And I want to advise you to help make sure that your finances, that it's a financial, that it's the correct financial step when you do it. So I'm not seeing the time frame that you're looking for, but I'm seeing you being able to do something in the future. But plan it out strategically, please.
Yeah. I have a lady called Kavita Nadu. I hope I pronounced that right, Kavita. She's recently lost a job and she's looking to see if there is a new job coming anytime soon. So I at my 5. So we need to know, is there a new job coming anytime soon? Oh, I do like that as your first card. Treasure chest there would tell me a very positive, because it does mean someone who values 2 things: your skill, your attributes, and probably your work ethics as well. Treasure chest is nice because it means that you are the precious commodity, and don't you forget that number 1, because when often we lose a job, particularly during these tough times, it hits us when we think we are of no value. Treasure chest there straight away tells me, no, look at yourself and see the value that you are. So this is more information about the treasure chest. And I've got the book, The Frog and the Tree. It would tell applications or paperwork. So it's like, again, sorry guys. That literally would tell me brush up your resume or your CV, because there it means present it well. You will literally learn something good. The frog tells me too, though, aim a little bit higher than what you're trained for or what your skill set is for. The tree here will tell me, again, go somewhere that is a good foundation, number 1, not up type company, but that there would tell me you will be received with great value. Now, before I go to them, these here are very important. And when I was corporate world, I used to interview people. We would have roles and we'd advertise for certain roles, and junior accountants in what I did. And I would go and you'd interview people after person. Yet I ended up where I'd say, no, I want this person. And the most 2 serving girls I'd ever had no formal college degrees. But what they showed is which tells me their tenacity, their eagerness, and what they were willing to learn. So when I say aim a little bit higher, learn to tout this trumpet a little bit more and stretch yourself that little bit further. And I know it sounds ridiculous, but YouTube trains us on everything. You're just about brain surgery. But there, say you're like in the money field or the accountancy firm. Largest programs in accountancy, there's 2. One's called SAP, another one is Navision. And even if you don't know how to use that program, tell them you do, because in 5 minutes flat, you would have it down pat by a night on YouTube. Trust me, it's not hard. So there, to stretch yourself a little bit further than what you are already trained in. Oh, we've got the eagle and we got the castle. Eagle, again, still tells me sees an opportunity the moment they rise. Again, an eagle, think literally in the wild. What's it do? It will circle its prey 2 miles in the air before it seizes. So there would be your planning, your strategy. The castle is an ultimate card. And that would still tell me, though, you're probably going into a larger field, a larger organisation rather than a home-based or small family type business. If we had a house here, I would say look for jobs in a smaller family knit community. But there would tell me, though, aim your targets right and grab it. Because I see those as really good ones for jobs coming up for you soon. I think first and foremost, though, is look and value who you are and what you do in your career path, and everyone will see that confidence in you so you can actually grab what's rightfully yours. So I'll move you over to Lyndsay and see what Lyndsay comes up with.
I'm just going to shuffle the card and have a look about you finding a new job soon. These are beautiful cards that have come out. Okay, I find that you will find comfort and get a job that you will love and you're very passionate about. And I see a cat that could be a friend and comfort that is passionate in helping, guiding you into the right job. I feel that you'll be guided into doing something that you want to do, that you've probably been wanting to do for a long time, a hobby that you love or something that you could go into business with. And the peacock means to show all the qualities that you have to offer, and show how attractive you are in the workplace. All your skill sets show everything. And also the fish, well, is good luck and abundance and money, and also good network of friends. So I feel that there is a lot of and also financial money job that will be coming in that is going to be an attractive offer because it's looking at the peacock, and it's something that you've wanted to do, that you've dreamt of doing as well, from your youth. You've wanted to put your passion into it, and I think follow your heart as well and have a look what you want to do. I think, yes, there will be a new job soon, and I think it will be coming from a friend also, and good network, and to get online and really have a look, and there is a lot of active offers out there and things that you can put your CV to and all your skill set, and be guided.
I love the peacock because I see the peacock there as similar, as literally strut your stuff and show your worth.
Yeah.
They're good. They're good cards. Yeah. Okay, I'll move Wilma over for Wilma's input.
Just one quick input on these cards, and I'm going to throw charms with this skills and networking again. So make sure that your resume is tight. Network. And let's see what we have for charms. Again, these charms are going to do timing as well with this. It's funny. I wanted to throw one more charm, and it was the cornucopia, and it came right off the circle, but move it on because I do feel like it's relevant. I'm not sure if you could see it right out there, but I'm going to put it between the R and the S. It's not really between R and the S, but this is abundant. It can speak of you living off of your savings right now, especially with the treasure that Karen pulled. But so I would advise you to be wise with what you have. Seek unemployment, if you're eligible for it. But this to me is still in context of finding a new job. Speaking of a yes, finding something. The dancer on the left makes me wonder with this, because this is a symbol of our harvest and often something that we put on our tables between Halloween or October and November. It makes me wonder about a November date with the dancer on the 11 and anchor here. So that would be the only thing timing wise, it's a little bit different from the others, but that could also be something about a larger position or, you know, a better position. The coat hanger is hitting the U with the, 1, 5.
It's another 3 energy.
I can't remember.
It's a 3 and 3.
It's a 3. Okay.
Yep.
I was going to have to go all the way around to see if it was a 1 or, you know, the 3. The dots. I have to follow the dots on it. You know, there's only a few of them, but she can do it quicker. But the coat hanger on the 3, yeah. So, you know, I feel like there is, again, with the 3, you've got networking energy. The coat hanger is, I feel like, really hang around the gathering areas, places where people hang their coats, you know, those entrance areas, which again speaks of networking, being in the right place at the right time. You've got the world touching the cherries and the M energy. So the M energy, these letters can also be people, places, and things for you. So if that makes sense, and for you, for a person,
guys. Sorry.
That keep that in mind as well. But you have the world. The world is speaking of networking. Cherries really put out what you grow, what you have to offer. Again, so this speaks again of putting out your skill set, let people know what you have to offer, that you're valuable and how you're valuable, network. And I do see an opportunity definitely by November.
So let's hope it's before November.
Yeah. But I mean, November, I mean, it's really not that far off. Think about it. It's already April. So you have April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November. Okay, that's technically 8 months. To me, that's not too bad in the economy and what we're working with.
Yeah.
But hopefully we're looking sooner than that.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
I've got... No, you go. Sorry.
no, that's it. I was just like, hopefully by...
I've got another question here from Kay Vickery, and she's wanting to know, will she have employment opportunities after placement? Backstory is, no, she's not nursing, but it's close enough. She's doing early childhood degree, and she's obviously got a placement coming up, and she wants to know, will there be employment opportunities after that placement? Hang on, I'll just move me over. So, cup of tea, actually, Kay would tell me a sit-down talk or an interview, because when I see teacups or teapots with job questions, it usually means a meeting or an interview. So it means, yes, something that's coming will be open for discussion. So give us more info about the discussion. Oh, this is nice. The baby or a child, any child symbol, whether it's the doll or it's a dummy, a pacifier, baby shoes, so on. But they all mean something new. And a job there would tell me new job. It's funny that it's in childcares or kindergartens. The bird, again, is a talking card. So you've got 2 communication ones. I'd also look at the bird, though, about you need to, again, though, sprout out or start literally creating the chatter. And I'd say start seeding the conversation to all the areas when you do your placement in and around. The cherries actually is very good for career, because it often means, though, where you may be heading at one road, there may be another road that opens up in a totally different area, but both are still good, because the cherry is a bit like the fork in the road, and it means opportunities that come available. And it wouldn't matter even if that cherry was a potato or a carrot or what have you, because fruit and vegetables in tea mean great abundance that is coming, and that hasn't got any negatives there to tell me that it's sour. So what's our finals? You still got book and you got the hourglass. Book would still tell me some sort of work agreement or contract. And you've also got the hourglass, which tells me time that moves fairly quickly. I'm not going to be surprised, Kay, that you do get some sort of place or an opportunity for it, even if it's like contract work or short. Because of the hourglass, it's almost like, are you looking at casual days or temporary if someone's on a maternity leave or so on? But I'm actually getting a lot of positive vibes from this about getting a placement, and to see the both communication cards come out is good. So I'll move you over to Lyndsay and see what Lyndsay comes up with.
Okay, I'm going to have a look. Just going to shuffle some cards. Hopefully you'll get something after the placement, and
Job opportunities in Australia actually are pretty good, and I know you're all going to be jealous, but from tonight midnight onwards, we don't have to wear masks now, only if you're in a train or a taxi or a doctor's surgery.
okay, I've got a gentleman here, so it could be a gentleman that you'll be speaking to after your placement. And you probably got the doubts. This is probably your fear. Will I get a placement or not? But the tower is showing that there is going to be progression in the company that you've had your placement with. They do value you, which is the treasure chest, and all you have to offer. You've been a valuable asset while you've been working on the placement. And also the frog here is saying, take a leap of faith. You that you will be jumping into the right thing after the placement. I think there's going to be valuable opportunity, like Karen's seen all the good things. I'm also going to just pull out 2 charms on the tower. Well, 3 charms come out. There is Kane that you're going to get some support, and also turtle that you're going to be sticking your neck out, and the mask that you are valuable, and a hidden surprise as well. So a pleasant surprise will come, that you'll get it, a placement after. But there was going to be a man that's going to put the question forward to you in the company, the steps, and they'll support you and see your worth, that you have done brilliant work, and that take a leap of faith and step into it. I hope you do get your placement.
Right, okay, let me just move. Sorry, I was just removing the spammer. Yeah, we still get spammers, isn't that wonderful? Yeah, so, and I don't know how to give people a wrench. Apparently there's something in this, we can give people a wrench where you can kick out spammers. Okay, Wilma, you're up.
I'm on the Facebook side, so I wouldn't be able to help you there. I have to get another iPhone. I do have another one, but I haven't set it up for this one. Okay. I'm sorry. Remind me of the name of the woman that we're.
It's Kay Vickery.
That's what I thought. Okay, yeah. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't.
No, that's all right. She's wanting to know about employment opportunities after she has her placement.
Yep, I remember that. I just wanted to get the name right, because without that, I feel like my connection gets a little wonky. My psychic is placement after this one. Okay. It's ooh, I like this. You've got castle on. You've got castle between on the money, and I believe it might have been touching the 10 before I flipped it, but the 10 would be good energy for this success of castle after your placement, which is what you're looking for, as well as the after that 10 energy. When this completes, there's something else going. You have the anchor on the cramp. So working in childcare, this is, you oftentimes I see the anchor is delayed, but here I do see it, especially with these charms, as finding a solid position in the next place. Interestingly enough, you have the racket, the man. That racket, that tennis ball racket, in this particular case, I believe is good, because you're looking for one to the next, to the next, to the next, and that's exactly what you do, a back and forth type thing, which makes me wonder if this placement or a new placement is going to come around with a family or with somebody that you've already worked with in the past. The sphere between the heart and the house, somebody from, because I don't know, that snake energy just feels old. So again, and the house and the heart would be that home care, what you're providing, and the snake to me would be being resourceful and figuring out, working outside the box, taking what I've always heard Donna, I got these keywords from Donna Lay De La Rose on, and she has some stuff on YouTube on Lenormand stuff, and she talks about the snake as working outside the box in a positive way. And so I really take that as, working around the edges, finding, like my call name, finding alternative solutions, finding a way out, finding a way to flip any situation. I feel like you can't flip any situation to your advantage, and you'll absolutely find another position. You might even have to find out before you leave. Be assertive in looking. Again, keep that networking open, and I would be looking at possible people that you would work with in the past or had networked with in the past.
Okay, I'll just voice out here. We've had Lillian Mina join us, and she says, how do I participate? So just post up a clear question, Lillian, and we'll try and get to you. We are sort of not many people here, so we're trying to go through a line, and apologies everyone for really, really bad internet, because it's my crappy internet in Australia. And you wouldn't believe it, I was actually on the phone to them yesterday for about 3 hours getting right into them, and yeah, this is the result, still the same. So, and you wouldn't believe it, I'm on a business internet, can you believe that, and how bad that is? So I've got Nikki Bork, lovely Nikki, who's been working really hard, and she's looking really gorgeous that we see these days. Whoops. And because I know Nikki, she's a Melbourne gal too. And why aren't you out on a hot date with some nice guy? And it's a Friday night here, Nikki. But Nikki's wanting to know, will she find employment in the fitness sector, because she's been training her backside off, and like I said, she looks hot. Am I allowed to say that? Yeah, too bad. So will Nikki find something in the fitness sector? The monkey here actually would tell me, again with career, monkey there would tell me fun and lively events. Fitness sector, more than likely, because you think of literally a monkey and what it can and can't do, which is very little. It does often, though, mean a competitor in the field, so you do need to be very aware of a competitor. So what have we got for more info? So I can't pick up cards because I've had to move here. We've got Cat, treasure chest, and the tunnel. Cat, again, in a working thing, would still tell me, watch for the, literally, so I have to say it, watch for any bitchy environments, because you've got both here. It's a bit like that old saying, not my monkey, not my circus. And then you've got the cat here again, which would still tell me, be very aware of two-faced females. Treasure chest here is good, because it would mean someone who actually sees what your skill sets are, and somebody who truly values you. The tunnel would tell me, though, keep on heading down this path, because the tunnel is keep sight of where you are going, and it's like very much of don't look back to the shadows, look forward to the light. A tunnel is very much a card, though, it means you need to be seen, so it's literally don't hide in the shadows, come into the light. So we've got advice cards, all strong and limber here again. Now, I often say, and people must think I'm mad when I say I hear voices, but I'm clairaudient, so I do hear things in my head. And no, I don't have major mental health issues. So I'll just put that out there. I have ADHD, but, you know, I'm not mentally unwell. But when I say I hear voices and I see these two here, these are telling me go and hunt down and apply for places where there are either calisthenics or gymnastics, because here would tell me take the leap of faith into something different where there is strength. I would also even look at things like Pilates, but I can't help it. The voices keep telling me here is try going through the calisthenics group or the gymnastics clubs, because that's what I'm seeing here. You haven't got to know, Nikki, though. These are all telling me the main caution is any bitchy type environment that you're not feeling 100% about, but you're a hell of a lot more valuable than what some of these other competitors may be. So I'd say don't lose sight of the end game, but I'd actually say approach places where there is young people, youth, which would be gymnastics clubs, calisthenics, any of that where they have the kids into, or the young people, and the fitness area, because I'd say you do really, really well with young people in that whole fitness area. So I'll move you over to Lyndsay.
Hi, Nikki. I'm going to have a look about the job in the fitness area for you. I'm just going to shuffle the tea cards.
I saw someone ask me earlier, this board, it's just a sheet I drew up.
I love that sheet.
I had to put a cat on it.
Well, was that or your actual cat?
I know. I resisted. But hey, she's wearing cat-eye glasses.
Is Princess on your lap?
No, I'm having to stand. Yeah, I'm in the office.
Okay, I think it's time that you went out. Don't procrastinate. And the frog is a house symbol. So I feel that you'll have an impulse to jump into the new job. There is the cherries, but there's new look and love and raiment. So there could be a person that you go to the gym with, and a job that there's going to be two options. What in what fitness area? Now with the tornadoes, things will act quickly, and it'd be like a whirlwind, and the scales could be the gym equipment, the weights, but also you'd have to balance up what you want to do. There could be like a contract that you would need to sign, like a personal trainer, things like that, where you will need to balance things out, but also something that comes quickly, and it's time that you started doing something and getting out there to the gyms and handing things out, and seeing where that goes. But there's definitely look and love regarding this, so you will have some luck in finding the right thing in the health sector, but there's a lot of different things in the health sector for fitness, so you'll have to weigh up which part you want to go in.
Cool. Okay, hang on, I'll move you over to Wilma.
No, I wasn't paying Karen's cards, sorry.
That's all right.
I was going through the
about
question.
Nikki Ball, she wants to know.
Oh no, I've got this one. I just wasn't paying attention to your cards because I was going through the questions on Facebook and doing little admit things,
right.
falling out and falling in as you, and trying to get myself back.
I've got a list.
So the lady who we read for a couple readings ago, and I got the charms and the dancer, and she was looking for employment in the near future.
Yep,
and
that's Kavita.
Kavita, I don't know why Karen didn't smack me, Karen, but the 11 months can also be 11 weeks. And that was coming to me while we were sitting here. I've just been holding on to it, biting my tongue this whole time. Because the rest of the charms were very positive, and Karen, we are hoping, and it did look like sooner.
Your number 11 as well. Sorry, I'll just go into my numerology thing here. The number 11 is 1 and 1, which tells me, and 1 is strong, stand in your own power, very good in leadership roles. Add the other 1, you've got double the strength. Then we go 1 plus a 1 in the 11. 11 itself means baby soul. It means your soul's journey of where you are going. The 1 plus the 1 is 2, which means a union. And I'd still say, yes, getting a job. And I would look at that more of 11 weeks rather than I would the 11th month. But I'm also looking at it at the power of the ones, which would tell me you hold your own very well. And I'm not sure what field you are in, but 11 there would tell me aim for management roles, go shoot higher. It keeps like shooting higher.
Yeah, I was type field, whether she's an actual business or management.
Yeah.
Karen's the master of this, Matt. I'm still new with it and new with it. I'm getting a little jumbled, but I now that you mentioned, as soon as you mentioned the numerology, and I'm like, it's a master number. Why wasn't I'm just thinking of it? But yeah,
People
it's a master.
get very confused about it because I always see 11 as the baby soul. That there's three major master numbers: 11, 22, and 33.
Yep.
Your 11 is like your soul's journey, your learnings. Your 22 is mastery of the soul, and then the 33, from what I've been taught, is the old soul. So it's a whole other ball game.
Yeah, the 33 comes to wisdom, whereas I think of the 22 as graduating a master degree, and the 33 is graduating with a PhD and actually being able to finish your dissertation in under a month.
That's right. That's right.
And of course, all the angel card readers and the angel people are going to be screaming, "Don't forget us 44s for the angels." And but
okay, I don't ever take notice of the angel numbers because to me it's all just numbers, numerology.
Before I say, Ren would like to ask a question about 11. Ren, why don't you post up your question about 11 while we read Nikki, and we can get back to that. Nikki, opportunities in the physical fitness field. I just, I wasn't paying attention to Karen's cards, but Lyndsay's cards, every single one of them were literal in physical fitness. The tornado for the aerobics, the balance for both weights and balancing the different parts of the body. I mean, I could go on and on. It was really great cards. Let's see what's here. We have a toothbrush. So just to be a little cheeky, I don't know if you're gonna how you do with locker rooms. It reminds me of locker room type stuff. No, I don't think you're going to have a job cleaning the locker room, thank God. Because you'd be down scrubbing toilets with a toothbrush if that was the case. Thank God that's not the case. You have to look for everything. But I do think the toothbrush is detail oriented. So the reality of it is I would be, again, searching for those opportunities, looking for, any opportunity, any foothold that you can grab, stick your foot in there with that eye and, put your name, have your cards ready, have your resumes ready, be quick and on the ball. And I think that also speaks to what Lyndsay's cards are saying. Very quick and on the ball. You've got a hook in the ring. So this reminds me of something, again, a place that you've worked for, a place that you know. The ring also to me speaks of exercise, going around and around. So the hook would be showing them what you can do. It also kind of literally, if I had an actual ring, I'd start playing with the charms here, but it kind of reminds me of lifting the weights. So show them again what you can do, that you have skills in this field. This feels very literal to me. The camera between the 8 and the phone here would tell me it reminds me of keeping a record, keeping a journal, showing them your workout videos, type things, keeping an Instagram, documenting your resume of sorts. And if you are working in the type of thing that I think you are, then actually showing them or having videos, that kind of thing might be helpful. But at least networking via Instagram, via LinkedIn, things like this, it very much reminds me of that. It's also the camera long sight. So look ahead, see opportunities in the future, kind of focus ahead. So rather than looking at what's going on right in front of you, be thinking 4 or 5 steps at a time. You have Sagittarius. Sagittarius charm reaches for the stars. They're very friendly. They're outgoing, and they do more than people expect. So again, this would be reach higher, go for your goals, go for goals as in things that are higher than what you've already achieved. don't be afraid to reach higher. It's also on the mirror, which shows me to reflect, but also in a literal sense, using the mirror literally within, the physical fitness business. Again, showing yourself, maybe even showing what you've accomplished on your own self in order to reflect back what you can put into the business. But this is also reflecting how you can how you can help the business thrive, or how you can mirror and bring people into the business as well with your skills. The lighthouse, again, kind of mimics that. It's just like a mirror. It's going to shine. So it's you yourself shining, as well as showing the business how you can help them shine and bring new people in. The mirror, again, captures people's attention. The hook also captures things. So you have literally 4 charms about light and capture. Or you have the mirror here. It's about, a captured image. You have the ring, technically, which is about capturing a person in some circumstances. And then you have the captured hook, the lighthouse, which beacons to people, and then the camera that captures photos. So I think you really need to capture the moment and capture their attention and pay attention to details. And there's absolutely opportunity here.
Cool. I have, hang on, let me just go back here to me. Like I'm trying to, all my chicken scratches here. I've got Julia Helen. She's wanting to know, will all the negative energy around her family will leave with prayer? So I'm probably the wrong person to ask that question, but I'm just going to read what the cards say. Tunnel there would tell me keep literally walking and looking to the light side of things. No matter what the negative is there, it often means you are stepping forward. You are not walking backwards, which is really important when it comes down to any negative energies. You've got the book, which in prayer could literally mean the Bible. We've got the frog, which tells me about things that are literally a moving base. So it does mean things that are a little unstable. And you've got the dog. Now, with family energy and that dog there would tell me 2 things. Don't be complacent and allow people walk all over you, particularly yourself when you are the one feeling any negative energy. And you've got the frog here, and the frog is often the changes, and it's fairly quick changes. And in its meanings as in a frog, as in health, it means what's good can turn to bad, what's bad can turn to good. It's jumping towards the dog, which tells me things that are changing, going good, which is good. Like I said, this can literally be the book of prayers, your book of what have yous. You've also got the heart and you've got the eagle. Now, the eagle here to me is very, very telling, because it tells me that there's someone within the family organisation who thinks they're a little bit bigger than everybody else, because that is going to the heart, which tells me who in the family is dominant and a little overpowering on the emotional level here. I just actually want to draw another one on the eagle. We've got the cat, so it tells me there's a 2-faced person, preferably with a cat's usually female energy, that is literally bringing down the emotions. I'd say it will change, but you need to address who's the bully. And it's funny, it's similar to a question that's coming up, but there would tell me someone who's literally Jekyll and Hyde that keeps destabilizing the base, and it's destabilizing you in your heart. Question mark also would tell me it's making you doubt yourself, your thoughts, your feelings. So I'd say, yes, prayer may help, but you'd need to face who is it that keeps causing the destabilization. I'll move you over to Lyndsay.
Okay. Just to clarify the question, was it about prayer?
It's saying, yeah, she's saying negative energy. She wants to know, will negative energy around the family leave by prayer?
Right, okay. I'm just going to shuffle the cards.
I just put mine back in at random.
This one come out, so that's meant to be. So it just jumped out, and that's the mouse card. Okay. Okay, it's saying if you're worrying, which is the mice, that's going to bring more negative energy. What you need to do is stop stressing the small stuff and take a leap of faith. Your prayers will help, to send good things out and to ask in your prayers to help, certainly with the situation. But with the tornado, there may be some turbulence and mayhem, but if you act quickly to sort this out, who's causing the negative energy, and to think positive and obviously send out your prayers, that will help. And also the book here, I would say it could be your prayer book that you have been sending prayers, and in a prayer group that people have been sending out positive energy. It doesn't harm. Also, it could be the discovery of who's probably sending out the negativity and to sort it out with them, the tornado, to sort things out. And it has been causing you stress, the mice, but what you need to do now is take a leap of faith and think positive and try and sort out, and just keep putting your prayers out, and also learn who's been doing it, and also to try and sort things out with them and air things out that's needed. And I wish you all luck.
Okay, I will move you over to Wilma. There you go, Wilma.
Once again, I missed Karen's cards. I've got the message, but I don't have the name.
Which ones you got?
No, I mean, I don't know the name of the person.
Oh, sorry, it's Julia.
Okay.
Julia Helen.
I missed your cards, but I love Lyndsay's. They're great for this. Let me grab some charms. All right, we got it. Okay, we've got a castle on 8. That's good. We've got the mushroom on pipe. So I wonder if this has been going on a long time, especially with the karma charm coming up. Again, the passport here, the passport is a symbol. It's not actually a passport, although you read it as a passport, it's technically a symbol for book. So again, like Lyndsay's charms, a book is the symbol for prayer, or the prayer book. Those are the prayers. With the ring, it's the prayers being said over and over, either a cycle or a dedication. It would be obviously a dedicated prayer. You'd be dedicated to it, but then also the timing, I think, is very important with the ring, and having a contractual agreement of coming back, perhaps a repeated thing. Again, karma touching it reminds me of this may be something that you need to do repeatedly, but karma and the mushroom, I think, are also related to the negative energy. As to whether or not it's going to go with prayer, I would say absolutely. With the book on the ring, castle on 8. 8 is not necessarily a divinity symbol, but it's kind of, I go back to the infinity symbol, and Karen can go into the 8 energy, but that 8 energy is working. It's moving towards the goal. It's moving towards the ending. So actually having to put work, Karen can correct me if I'm wrong there. That's just my personal interpretation from tarot. I haven't gotten out the numerology sheet lately. But the mushroom on pipe feels like it's been going on a long time. It's also negative thinking, and watch for negative thinking. You need to keep your thinking positive, and you need to all be on the same page, whoever's involved with the prayer, which hopefully there's more than one person. But you need to remember that you're strong and can get through anything. And remember that dark times give a chance to grow. So this isn't, it isn't all bad necessarily. We need to just flip that energy and to the positive, but keep your thoughts positive. And stay very focused and confident. If you're doubting yourself, it's going to interrupt the efficiency of your prayer. So make sure that you stay very grounded and while you're doing this, and I think everything will be okay.
Cool. Okay, I am moving on to next person I have is Pippa Stewart. I'm hoping Pippa's still with us here. So we are getting through this. We have, but the good thing is you guys are getting 3 of us on each question, which is pretty cool. So how are you going for charge, ladies? Lyndsay?
I've plugged it into charge. My phone was
Oh, good.
dying.
I was going to say it eats up a lot of data. Yeah, it does. It eats a lot of battery power. Pippa Stewart's here. She says she's met a man recently and she wants to know, can she trust what he has to say? So it's like whatever he's saying, is he telling you furfies? So she just needs to really try and believe, want to know, can she believe all he says? Relationship, when you have a book, tells me there's a lot of things you are yet to discover about this person, because a book is often what you are not seeing. So let's have a look. What is it you're not seeing? Very interesting. Balloon here would tell me there is, I know it sounds really awful, but it's like, again, he may literally be full of hot air, which can be, is he overinflating himself a little? We've got the cat, and everybody sees the cat of who is the other party or who is the other woman. And it doesn't necessarily mean that has he got another woman in the background hiding in the cupboard, but it does mean, though, there is situations that he probably needs to tell you more about, and it may literally be about an ex-relationship or an ex-partner. We've also got the dog. Now, the dog, though, is looking at the cat, which is looking at the balloon, which tells me he's got to really prove his loyalty, because I look at that and say, he's probably is feeding you a lot of hot air to a point, but you need to discover, again, more about this person, of what's happened in his prior relationships. And when I see a dog, it would tell me he's literally got to prove to you that he is loyal. We got the key and the mask. Again, a mask here would tell me it's like only showing parts of himself, not showing all of himself. And a key would still tell me, though, he really needs to open himself more so you can then feel more trust. Because like when I see that, and the very fact that you have to ask that question, and I'm seeing these, tells me what is it you are not seeing about this man. I actually just want to have a look at loyalties. Cherries there would tell me again, though, what is it that he needs to expose himself, because cherries often means more than one person, more than one party. I would look at this and say, don't fall for everything he says. And I would say you need to really learn a hell of a lot more about this man, because I look here, it's almost like, no, I'm only giving you half the information, then he really should be giving you the whole lot.
Yep.
Yeah. So, oh, there you are, Pippa. I wasn't sure if you were still there. I'll pass you over to Lyndsay and see what Lyndsay comes up with.
Okay, hi Pippa. I'm just going to shuffle the cards and see about this.
I'll leave mine down so you can all see them.
Right, the tree has come out, so that meant that jumped out.
Yeah, some people pay attention to jumpers, some people don't. It's really the reader of how they feel.
I think of it as background information and I put it back in.
Yeah.
Okay,
I know Andrea doesn't.
I think there could be grace with this gentleman, and I think he's been a real good support, or you've been a real good support to this gentleman. But also it could be things go slow. He could be offloading a lot of things onto you, and you've been a big support and needing that. It does show strength, the eagle. It can be patience is required to see how things could work out with this gentleman. The dogs come out, which is good. It could be like playful friends, like a loyalty, companionship. but he does have a lot of things that he needs support with, and it could be something from his family or in his past relationship. But the angel is there as well, which is saying loved ones are around watching over you and protecting in this relationship. It could be a good little companion, and good things can come, but also just to go very slow and to heed good advice from other people. Also, if they've picked up on things, to take that good advice. It can show loyal and supportive person that can really help and be there for you, but it's not showing any heart or any ring or cards like that. So I think it's just a real good friendship at the moment. You know, and you're helping one another out. So I think somebody's probably been through a rough time at the moment in the family, maybe a passing of the angel. But there's no real deep cards at the moment of love or commitment. I think it's just been a real good friendship.
Okay, hang on, I'll just move Wilma over big screen.
Wow, it's interesting between both your cards. The cat and the balloon together are very aloof, and then the cat and the dog together to me is always kind of like cat and mouse. Not necessarily, well, cat and mouse is a slang term, but the dog chases the cat. And then in Lyndsay's cards, you have the dog chasing the eagle. So to me, that kind of goes along with what Karen was saying about there's more to learn. This guy might be presenting himself a little differently. It comes across a little Irish. I don't know if you guys get that. And like Lyndsay said, going slower. I'm going to pull some charms. What do you all think about that as charm rolls off?
Look, I look at them as background, but I put them back in the pot.
Here we have, it's interesting, we have the two personalities between the 10 and the 11. So again, there's more to the story that you're not seeing. There's more that you need to get to know. There's the dolphin around the ring. I'm not sure if it was exactly touching it, but I would say ring and pipe here. And again, with the eye is drawing my eye, so I'm going to say that as well. With the dolphin between these things, I would say, what is he presenting to you? What are the good qualities that you're seeing? It seems like you're seeing intelligence and, skill in this man, friendliness, but dolphins can kind of turn on you in a dime, and they have very distinct personalities going back here. And so what is it that you're still not seeing and need to look into? I would get to know him a lot better. The 5 on communication, while it is green, it's a 5. 5 is a challenging number. It's a number about challenges, problems, growth. So it can also be about the boys and the girls and the birds and the bees. It's literally the 5 points of our body, the 5 senses. So right now it just feels more like physical communication, physical contact, more of a physical connection, kind of like the physical attraction that we first get with people. But there's more to get to know. So while this is green, I would say it feels more like a flirty type thing going on right now. I would slow it down a little bit, get to know him. Now this Libra, you might be jumping thinking, oh, he's my man. He's my soul partner. No, I would not.
Oh, Scott.
Libras before, it's great for marriage, absolutely. But before they get married, Libras and the Libra energy is very much play the field because you need to find the right partner. And so Libra here would tell me, get to know the person, get to know everything about the situation before you decide to partner up. Libra is all about balance and doing things the right way. It is that marriage, a commitment type charm or something. So that can be great, but you really know what you're getting into in that 6 before you commit. So this is, for me, this is more about dating and get to know somebody, get to know him first. There's still a lot of information out there. I don't do, and I don't think Karen and Lyndsay either do third parties. So we're not going to delve straight into him and like pick his head apart, because that would be rude. We're going to give you what you need to know. So in terms of if he's being honest and stuff with you, I'd say there's more to learn. And if you've just met him, that's somewhat normal, because you can't and shouldn't say everything all at once. So take it slow, get to know him. And I would not definitely, well, there's a meme that comes to mind with Miss Piggy. And I'll leave it at that if you know what the meme is, because I'm out again.
Wilma loves posting Kermit memes, Kermit and Miss Piggy. So we've still got about 7 or 8 questions, but what I'm going to do, guys, because I've had to move into I'm in the Etsy office here at the moment, and I have to stand, and I don't know if you guys know, I actually have major back issues, and I'm in and out of back doctors and spine clinics at the moment, which isn't great. So what I'm going to do is the next lot, a bunch of questions, though, instead of going all 3 of us, I'll just give each one of us a person with a question. So I'll go first with a question for Crystal, because I can't stand much longer in my back. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, and I've had needles and all sorts of stuff in the back of me today, so I look like a porcupine. So Crystal, she says, am I going the right way in her business? Now, I'm not sure what the business is, Crystal, but let's just have a look at, are you heading in the right direction for business? I'm not sure if you work from home. Home is about the security, and with business and a house, it often means the security, the comfort of the 4 walls. Now, whether you are in business in large or whether you are in business in small, a house there means in its positive security, but in its negative, don't box yourself in, which tells me it's a bit like that saying, don't put all your eggs into one basket. And I would look at that and say, don't box yourself in and limit your expertise in what you do. We've got the scales, we've got the mushroom, and we've got the question mark. Really interesting combination when you talk about business, because the scales means legal, financial, binding, contractual, but also the big one a lot of people forget is about obligations. And there would tell me it's almost like you are feeling below par, because mushroom, and the reason I have the mushroom with either a tilt or the breakout of it, it means what is it that you are feeling below par with. There, I'd say you are trying to people please far too many, whether that's clients or other colleagues. I'd say pull back a little, because you need to please you, number one. The other thing is, when I see a question mark in business, it means there you are self-talking badly. And when I look at that, it's almost like if you turned around and said, oh my God, I'm never going to get this off the ground and it's never going to work and yada, yada, yada. So there would tell me big smacks. Stop down talking self, because you down talking self is just going to push you further and further down. We have the advice lines. Funny how we got security and balloon. Balloon would tell me again, any pressure, literally acknowledge the pressure, but step away from it, because it literally means rise, and you will rise gracefully. Leave, literally think of severing the ties of the basket. So when I have a client here, they know I'm terrible and I'm Aussie and I swear, and I'd look at this and say, literally sever the ties with the shit and leave it at ground level, because your anchor here would tell me what you are doing is a good base, but I'd say too much pressure and too much down talk here is literally knocking you off your perch. So I hope that helps a little bit, Crystal. Now I'm going to give the next question over to Lyndsay, and so we're just going in roundies. That's why I'm moving on big screen, and I hope it's okay, you guys, where I move everyone into big screen. It's just so those who are viewing on a phone or an iPad or something, you get to see it a little bit bigger, what we're actually doing. Karen Jensen has a question, Lyndsay. Lyndsay. She lost her kitty, Peach, female cat, and she decided to go out. And this is a few weeks ago now, and she has not returned home. And Karen's big question is she's wanting to know, basically, is Peach alive? And I know that's very yes and no, but we really need to know, where is Peach, or what's going on around Peach, the kitty.
Right, I'm sorry to hear that, Karen. And so I'm going to shuffle cards, and I hope, you know, Peach is okay.
I would be beside myself.
Yeah.
This cat is in the East Coast, so still winter transitioning into spring. And
Okay, you will learn and discover something about Peach. Not all is yet revealed, but time, you will discover Peach. Now the castle's come out, so you're taking steps. You've probably gone onto Facebook, probably put up posters, has been missing, or if anybody's seen him, to return him home. Let's just pull out another 2 cards. There could be some luck, and with the help of social media and a gentleman looking at cherries, to put out there in the area a photo of Peach and all the local neighbours and shops and things, and I'm hoping that he will return back. When I was younger, we had 2 kittens, Cammy and Tycho. When they got older, Tycho knew because they're very psychic cats, knew he was going to pass away, and he went off, and we couldn't see him for a few days. So my mum went out looking for him, and we found him in a couple of gardens away, and we brought him back, and he passed away, but we were happy that we were there. But I'm not getting that here. But what I'm saying is this could be some success and a gentleman, and you'll find out more, a discovery of where your cat has and been, and to put it out there more to try and get your just back home. And I'm hoping all the luck, but there is some luck and love all around this. People are sending their love and wishing that you get the success and taking steps for success about the cat.
Okay, hang on, let me just move. I'll just move Wilma in, and next person I've got here is Michelle Miller. So I hope Michelle's still with us here, I'm not sure. Work contracts end in August, so she's wanting to know about new work after this contract ends. She did put there about location or type, so I'm not sure if you can look at that, Wilma. But yeah, her work contract she's currently doing ends in August.
Yeah, I did see that. So I'm already kind of connected to that question.
Okay.
What's her name again?
Michelle Miller.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I mean, I shouldn't even need it, because like I said, I'm already connected to the question. But
Yeah. I'm just typing up here. Sula Abderis has just joined us, but I'm not doing any more questions, Sula. I put up a no questions up earlier because we've been online for quite some time now, and I've got big back issues and I can't stand for much longer. Otherwise, I'm not going to be able to walk in the morning.
it's been an hour and 40 minutes.
Yeah, it has.
I believe we did. Yeah. Which the time has flown by, and it's been great for me. But Karen, I know you've been having back issues. So your connection's cleared up.
Oh, about time. I've had to kill switch the TV, and I've kill switched the other computer, and I'm actually standing in the Etsy shop, and you should see the mess in here. Trust me, you wouldn't really.
I wish I paid attention to exactly when. I'd have to watch the replay, but I believe it was about an hour in. So that's mind. Live around this time. We should start about an hour later, but all right. Back to Michelle's question. I think these charms just came out great. Got the teapot, the anchor, the hammer, and the tree. Now, by themselves, I would be thinking wonderful things, but the fact that they landed on the 9 and the 3, to me, I speak wonderfully. The 3 to me is not only opportunity and networking and things actually getting started and actually getting moving. 1s and 2s are the beginnings. 3s is where things actually start taking off and actually start, start some movement, start some action. And with the hammer and the tree there, that really does show the growth and the movement. But I've got another thought about that. The 9 shows not only completion, but it also, to me, shows the timing of the 9th month. You're talking about August being the 8th month. And when I see this, I automatically start, you're going to have something lined up already to start in September, or to start, fairly soon, either whether it's 9 days, 9 weeks, or the 9th month, which would be September. So back to the 3, I think this really goes back to knowing that you have a contract ending, knowing now in the 3rd month, the end of March, that you have a contract ending in August. I would start networking and start working on that now right away. Start literally hammering and putting your skills to use. It literally reminds me of chopping down the tree, even though this is an axe. I think if I had an axe here, I would have had a totally different impression. So, but if you think about this, working on the tree, working on the growth, working on cutting off what you don't need, and, like pruning away what you don't need, and the tree in order to make it grow. So pruning your skills, pruning your resume, really networking. Enough. We've been getting a lot, but we've been getting a lot of work questions, and networking is a really big part of finding a job opportunity. You do have growth. It makes me wonder if you're in some sort of field with actual landscaping, or doing some sort of physical work, gardening, something with trees, something with creating, because of these charms, and they're just striking me so hard. The anchor here, like I said, oftentimes I see it as slow, but it is a work card, and it is a security card. And the teapot speaks of, again, the networking and those connections. But to me, it also speaks of celebrations. We use teapots to celebrate, and teapots to, have a party. So I would say, again, 9th month, 9 days, 9 weeks from your last employment contract, or the 9th month, but you do have things coming in. Network, work ahead in order to line it up, but line it up now is key. And I think that you will have that opportunity.
Okay, let me just move me over the screen. I've got Amal Awad, and she's looking at getting more into the performing arts as an actor, but she's feeling a little overwhelmed by it. So we're looking at you, Amal, going into more of the performing arts field. So what do we have? Bloom. Tells me there again, let the stresses dissipate. Again, like when I see a hot air balloon, it's literally think of cut the strings, leave the basket at the ground. It's like you don't need that insignificant stuff that's at ground level. A bloom would tell me, though, it means rise and rise gently. Where you are feeling the pressure, and it's strange because all I'm feeling straight away, it's like short of breath, like someone's got their hands around my throat. And I'd see that and say, go with the flow and do it gently and slowly. You've got the tunnel, which is a beautiful one, and it's why I put the light in the tunnel, because the tunnel means keep looking and focusing on the end game, where you are now and then where you are going. The peacock, how appropriate when you think about the acting world, because it literally means strut your stuff and show your best qualities. I often say with a peacock of, well, you are standing in the front row and your feathers outstretched. It means that the audience or the people are looking at you in the front line. They're going to take more notice of you and not of anything that is behind you. So it's very important that you put yourself out there, but in the front row, not in the back crow. Bird here would tell me a good conversation with somebody. When I look at that, I'd say get a good agent, people who are in the know, and literally start spreading the word that you are available, because I'd see that as a good communication card. So what have we got here? We have the camel, persistence, and then you got the frog. So your camel is, again, keep working hard on it. You may get some contracts, and even if it's a commercial about, I don't know, sanitary pads, who cares? It means literally keep forging forward, no matter how difficult the road may get at times. You've also got the frog, which tells me the same thing. Stretch yourself that little bit further, you will hit dry ground. I actually see these as lose some of the nerves there, because like I said, it's almost like your heart is pounding out of your chest and your throat's going all dry. But keep aiming for what it is that you are looking for, because these here would tell me good communication that's coming around you. So I think that's a good one. Don't let the stress and others get there. It's almost like do a bit more of the performing arts in front of an audience, and don't be shy in receiving the accolades either. And it's a hard thing, I find. It doesn't matter age, race, creed or religion, but females, we often don't know how to react to someone who says, oh, you're absolutely brilliant at that. And we tend to dumb it down. And I'd look at this and say, don't dumb it down. Accept it and say, gee, thanks, I've worked really hard for this, because you have. So these are good. So I'll move over to Lyndsay. And Lyndsay, you've got Queen Bean, not bee, bean as in a green bean. And she's got a bully co-worker. So she's wanting to know what's going on about this bully co-worker. And I'm not trying to think whether she's looking, will a co-worker get exposed, or hang on, I'll try and find that. I'll let you shuffle and I'll look.
Yeah.
Where am I? Hopefully it'll go. Let me go back. Oh, will her bully co-worker get her in trouble? So she must be a piece of work, because she's worried, will she get her in trouble?
Right, okay. I'll just shuffle the cards and have a look for you. Right, won't be a moment. You might be hanging in the balance with work because of this co-worker causing trouble, but you need to clear up this. It could be some arguments and mayhem that's going to go on with this bully, but you have got higher power, your angels and loved ones watching over you. But could there be an angel at work that can see what's going on and go to somebody higher that can give help? This person is stubborn, but you've got to stand strong and grounded. And to me, I think with the butterfly, this is going to be short term, that she will this bully, she gives a bit of flattery, she's a bit false, she's superficial, but you need to hang in the balance, and hopefully this will be short term, and something's coming to clear all this up, this mayhem, this turbulence, because somebody in a higher position is seeing what's going on, and you just need to ground yourself and be the higher person, and show that you're doing all your work to high ability, but make it shown to others what she's doing. Keep a log or get some evidence regarding this, what trouble she's causing, and then take it up to the higher management or HR and just keep a record of it. But I don't think she's going to be there that long. She has been in this position, but she'll go on to somebody else once you show your strengths and that you're not going to put up with it, that you're going to sort things out. but don't put up with it any longer. Make sure that you get justice done, and you make sure, because in your contract there is protection. The company should be giving protection for things like this and things into place, but do keep a log of it and do go to speak to somebody higher up. Don't suffer in silence, but I hope it gets resolved for you.
Okay, Wilma. I've got a lady called Marta, and she's asked, and I can't pronounce the name, but she's asking, will this man, I think it's the man dog, move out in May? As obviously he's saying that he'll move out in May. So she wanted to know, will he once and for all move out? And that's from Marta.
I'm not sure if that's the same Marta that I know or not. Well, that just happened by accident. But I really, as it dropped, it felt right. Even though it felt like all the charms dropped from my hand at once. I don't know if the audience understands, but there are times when it feels right and when it doesn't. That felt right, so I'm going with it. So anybody who looks at this funny, that's what's going on here. It is also a lot of charms, which kind of startled me, but again, it felt right, so I'm going with it. I just want to start here with the Hamsa on, hopefully I'm pronouncing that right, on the woman. There, now it's right side up. I'm not sure if you can see it too well, but it's a beautiful symbol. It's a symbol of protection. It's a spiritual symbol. It means not only are you protected and looked after, but also to look after, it reminds you to look after yourself and keep your own boundaries and stay strong in your own boundaries. That no means no, and that you should say no when appropriate. Keep your boundaries strong, be assertive, but not aggressive. And I say that because of the gun. The gun is on 1, which can be very, impulsive. The 1 energy can be very impulsive. I don't know if this is coming from him or from you, but both of you just watch out for impulsivity. I would not be I would not be trying to trigger. I would be trying to diffuse situations at all times. Again, your angels are watching out for you. You do have, again, high protection, angel on ring. I would also look at this, like Lyndsay just said in her last reading. Angel, I believe, is not only our higher spirits watching over the angels and our divinity, but it's also authority in this situation, whether it's landlords, contracts, judges, police officers, restraining orders if needed. I'm not getting a great feeling about this person on there. The hook also looks a little codependent with the 2 and the ring. So it kind of feels like this is a situation and you're asking if it's really going to happen. I can see why. I mean, if you were definite, you wouldn't be asking. So this hook here also kind of shows me like sort of like he's trying to weasel his way or has weaseled his way in the past, which again, I would be very cautious and very strong in your boundaries. But again, the trophy charm coming up, and I do shuffle. I have the charms and I shuffle well. Long nails, I can really scoop in there. And it might be why I get big charms, but I don't always. So, but the trophy's been coming up a lot lately. It's a good thing. I'm not going to downplay it. This to me says absolute success. It's also on the ring, which again talks about contract success. It's near the pipe. So with the pipe, I would say be strategic, doing whatever you can to help this move forward, as well as finding help and support. But this can also mean find help and support within the community. So I would say, yes, it looks like he's moving, but I would definitely be encouraging him in a supportive way, a supportive way that affirms your boundaries, but that's not aggressive or too assertive. You don't want to press his buttons. The other thing with the gnome is, now this is kind of going to go off the charts, but I have a thing with garden gnomes. When people are fighting or when people are moving, There's a story about like breakups and people throwing garden gnome when they're upset. So the garden gnome, I know, I knew somebody was, yeah. But the garden gnome next to the gun really shows to me how this could become a volatile situation if not handled appropriately. So I would let him leave, but definitely throw the garden gnome if you have to. That's figuratively, not literally. Don't be telling the police officer later that your told you to do it, because I do not into court to testify as to why you're throwing garden gnomes at people. But I've also actually reached out on the spiritual plane to my angels with kind of a magical thing and used the presence. I've used the symbology of garden gnomes to actually protect as well in certain situations. So you could use this as a protection. And again, just the prayers, especially with the hamsa and the angel here. Let's add the garden gnome in there. Prayers of protection are very important. Prayers of protection, prayers of get him out, or I really want this to happen, would be good. And if you're hoping that he's not going to leave, honey, meditate on that because he needs to leave. That's all I got to say. But I do see success, and I hope you're okay with that. And if you are grieving, then let it take time. And again, back into your faith, lean into those prayers because he's got to go.
So we're not going to arrange. So we're not going to arrange a trio and say who's digging, who's hit him over the head, and who's bringing the torch and the lime. So that could get very interesting.
Hey, Karen, we bug charm. Oh, I think we do have a flying carpet charm, don't we?
Aren't we bad?
A rug. Oh, we'd know what to do.
All right. Lillian wants to know, well, I'm not sure of his name, look at proposing marriage soon. So what's holding this guy up? Castle is actually not a bad thing because it's like there is castle is like a public place, which could be a church, a registry office, justice of peace, what have you. Castle is slow though. And everyone says to me, how come do you see a castle or a tower as slow? It literally means baby steps before you get to the top. So it could be, slow. Mushroom there would tell me something's not quite right. And there would tell me again, I can't help but feel these two here. Is he a little bit commitment phobic? Because we've got something not feeling a bit NQR, not quite right, which is often when you're feeling a little bit flat or below par. We have the frog, which is a moving base, and then we have the key. And the key means opening up this next chapter, literally the doorway in your life. But there would tell me, I'd say don't push him too hard because I'd say it's like he's a little bit commitment phobic about what's going on there. So scales would still tell me a contract of sort, which is a marriage. And the monkey here again would tell me he needs to probably grow a little more because when you're talking about a man as such, the monkey would often mean a little bit on the immature side. So it's like he sees everything as fun, but he needs more serious about commitment. I really wanted to see the ring come out here. You got the house, so I don't know whether you're living already with them. House is, like I said, about home and family life. I'd say he probably will get around to it, but it seems to be here a little bit slower. And I would say he needs to grow a little more and have things on a more even keel because even your scales means all about balance and time. So I'd say he will, but it's probably not in a hurry. No, I wouldn't say soon. So I would say a little slow. Now, I have, there was a lucky last scale, and anyone who's joined us, I'm so sorry because we have been on here nearly 2 hours, and I did put a stop bar halfway up the chat. The lucky last lady is Cecil. I'm not sure how I think that's how it's pronounced. She's wanted to know, hang on tick, let me go over to, hang on, who wants this, Wilma or Lyndsay? She's wanting to know about improvement with a financial situation because she doesn't want to lose everything. So I'll put her over to you, Wilma, because of charms. I'll just go there, because that sort of questions, and when we're dipping in a charm bowl, you may get some of the variances. So she wants to know, will her money side of the financial things improve so she doesn't lose everything?
Good news, girl. I think you need to make your money grow in a safe way. Whoever you have invested with now, or however you're losing your money, it feels like there's somebody involved. This money drain, it feels like there's somebody involved. And that change. You've got the cornucopia on one. And that to me says, yes, there is abundance to be had, but you need to start something new. You need to start from a new place. You've got the dolphin. Dolphins are very spiritual. They're also very wise. Think of them as water creatures. Water creatures have to do with money. A dolphin is a big fish, a fish. But dolphins they're slick. They're slippery. So I don't know who's being slippery or your money slipping away, but this is where things need to change. Wisdom needs to come in. You need to find somebody who can really find those loopholes, wise investments, things that aren't going to lose. And this being on the 11, again, that master number, which also echoes in 1. It's like, this is very crucial. This is very important, but I believe you do have an opportunity to save it. You also have this bucket between 8 and 9, which to me, I hope Karen, well, I don't want to say I hope Karen doesn't laugh because I like laughter. It's a good thing. It's literally, bucket is, I would, bucket loads of money, or how you hold your money. But the first thing that comes to mind is Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Jack fell down, broke his crown, and Jill came tumbling after. So it's like, it feels like an uphill battle, but the Jack theme came in. So I don't know if that in particular means anything to you, but it does feel like an uphill battle, but you are getting there. But again, it's crucial that you don't fall tumbling down. So watching your steps, taking small steps, planning ahead. I think there is a way out. I'm not seeing the way out here. Let me see if I can see a way out in the cards. Just a quick flip, and I'm going to add more charm.
Well, we haven't got the Grim Reaper, so
no,
that's bonus.
I mean, the worst charm you have here is the mushroom, and it's the man. And that's why I feel like there's somebody in particular that needs to be cut out. But this as a positive, the mushroom is a positive in terms of, can you get out of it? The mushroom it can get through. I mean, the mushroom grows on shit. The mushroom is the kind of thing, it's the phoenix from the ash. It's the perseverance through anything. It's growing through dark times in dark places. So this is absolutely a positive in terms of being able to grow and come back from the dust. But I do feel like there's some sort of person who's being either a man or somebody who's being too aggressive, too assertive, and too demanding about things. And that needs to stop. So we have a card, we have the teapot. Now, what can you do with the teapot? Let's get a couple charms. So how to get out. The high heel, the peacock, and the bird cage. The bird cage, honestly, in this cage is like, don't let anybody clip your wings, which goes back to this man who seems to be messing in with the work. So this person who's too aggressive. So don't let anybody clip your wings and tell you what to do. If you have a feeling as to what or how things should go for it, stand up for yourself. But it also reminds me here of a bank safe because of the bars, and yet the bird is safe in the cage. Just reminds me of a bank. So if there's someone that you can talk to who's in accounting that you trust, I would go with that. And then also there's strutting your stuff, literally is a double here. With peacock, you have strutting stuff, and the high heels is a way that we also show our vanity and strut our stuff, literally strutting in shoes. So I don't know how that works in terms of how to make finances or create or keep your finances, but I would definitely stay high. This is a high heel, so go higher. peacock, think highly, go to higher people, higher resources. And that's what I've got for you.
Fabulous. Well, guys and gals, we're going to wrap it up down because it's been 2 hours and I need to go and sit because of my back. But I just want to say thanks everybody for joining us and sharing it out. And it's been really, really good to see you all. And we will be back because we have all decided that we are going to do this not just once a week, but twice a week. And so that'll be sort of going round and round and who's around with us. Wilma has her own channel and page. I've put that already, I think, in the description. If I haven't, I will. Lyndsay's page is a work in progress, but like I said, these girls are all professional readers, and who couldn't join us tonight or this morning in the US is our lovely Andrea Jacob, and because Fridays are no good for her, but she will be joining me on US Sunday evening, time to be decided, could be 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, something like that. And so we'll post up times and that when we will be on live. So, but thanks everyone for joining us anyway. So bye for now.
Thank you. Bye-bye, ladies.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye, ladies. Goodbye, gentlemen.